Theology's a wild ride. Trying to pin down the nature of God is like chasing a cosmic mystery with no final answer, but let's dive in and brainstorm. The concept of God varies wildly across cultures, religions, and personal beliefs, so we'll explore a few angles to spark some thoughts. I'll keep it open-ended, throw out some ideas, and you can let me know which direction you want to dig into. Classical theism, God as the ultimate, all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-good being. Think of the Abrahamic traditions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Here, God's often seen as transcendent, beyond the universe, creator of everything, unchanging, eternal. Like the unmoved mover in Aristotle's philosophy or the God of Aquinas whose pure act, no potentiality. Is God a person-like entity with intentions, or more of an abstract, perfect essence? Pantheism, God isn't a distinct being but is the universe itself. Spinoza's take, or even some Eastern traditions like certain interpretations of Hinduism, lean this way. Everything, stars, trees, you, me, is a piece of the divine. This raises questions. If God is everything, does the concept lose its punch? Is it still God if there's no separation between creator and creation? Panentheism, a middle ground. God contains the universe but isn't limited to it. Picture God as the ocean, and the universe as a sponge soaking up part of that divine reality. Process theology, like Alfred North Whitehead's ideas, vibes here, where God evolves with the universe, affected by it. Does this make God more relatable, or does it dilute the idea of divine perfection? Mystical/apophatic approach. God is beyond human comprehension, defined by what God isn't rather than what God is. Mystics across traditions. Christian mystics like Meister Eckhart, Sufis in Islam, or Advaita Vedanta in Hinduism, say God's true nature is ineffable. You can't box God in with words or concepts. So, is God just a placeholder for the ultimate mystery, or does that feel too vague? Polytheism/henotheism, multiple gods, or one primary god among others, as in ancient Greek, Norse, or some Hindu traditions. Here, God might be a specific deity, Zeus, Vishnu, with distinct traits, stories, and roles. Does this make God more accessible, like a character with personality, or does it clash with the idea of a singular ultimate reality? Agnostic/atheistic takes. Maybe God's a human construct. Feuerbach thought we project our ideals onto a divine figure. Or perhaps God's irrelevant to meaning, like in some existentialist views, Sartre, Camus. If we strip away the supernatural, is God just a symbol for our highest values, like love, justice, or truth? Personal experience. For many, God isn't a concept to dissect but a felt presence, through prayer, nature, or life's highs and lows. Is God the feeling of awe when you stare at the stars, or the voice you hear in your darkest moments? This angle prioritizes lived experience over abstract definitions. Each path raises questions. Is God personal or impersonal? Infinite or finite? Involved in the world or totally detached? Does God have to be perfect, or can God be flawed, evolving, or even suffering? And how much of God is shaped by culture versus something universal? We have more questions than answers, but we know there is a God. Amen.